Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. I've just watched West Ham play Brighton, where it finished West Ham 2, Brighton 2. Now that first 45 by West Ham, it's got to be one of the worst first halves I've seen for a few seasons now. That was absolutely turgid, it was poor, rubbish, all of the above, and it was lucky that Brighton were only 1-0 ahead at half time. And I think judging by the starting lineup and formation today, did we really expect anything else? I mean, looking outside, there's hardly any creativity. There's hardly any pace inside, apart from Jared Bowen. And it looked like we were just playing for set pieces and trying to hold on for a draw at half time and improve in the second half. But it's Brighton. They've got some good players. Don't get me wrong. Who impressed today? Basuma, Adam Lallana. Moyes and Danny Welbeck up front, but they're 17th in the table. You've got to go out and show your personality on the pitch, get your attacking players on, and win the game. And then if you want to make subs, make them in the second half to rotate, etc. But you can't throw first halves like we did today, and you get punished like we did. It was lucky we improved in the second half, but we didn't deserve to win today based on that first 45 minutes. And yeah, fair play to the players for turning it around. And David Moyes made the subs at half time, but you got to blame David Moyes for that first half. I mean, that was absolutely shocking, abysmal, and Brighton deserved to be ahead and possibly could have been 2 or 3 up, and it wouldn't have flattered them whatsoever. So let's get into that first half. As I say, we are, our passing, our patterns of play were not there. Brighton are known for their, ball possession under Graham Potter, and they're stroking the ball around really well. Good movement up front by, Welbeck and Moyes throughout, but particularly in that first half. And they create some chances, but when West Ham had the ball, didn't really know what to do with it. As I say, there's no one in midfield, in the pockets to pick up the space on the half turn and drive at Brighton's defence. We were like hot potatoes with the ball. We were just giving it back to Brighton. There was a stat that came up after about 20 minutes. Brighton had 70% possession. I mean, this is a team 17th. Yes, they like to keep the ball, but we're at home. We're a better side of them, judging by both sides this season. And it looked like we were playing for a draw, or we were playing one of the top sides. Gary Neville said it on commentary today. At first half, West Ham was set up like we were playing Real Madrid or Manchester City, and Bobby Zamora said in the studio at half time, looked like we're set up for a draw, and that's just not good enough. David Moyes got to take the blame for that first half, but albeit we improved second half. So Basuma and Lallana in midfield are playing near the ball. Rice and Souček weren't their best games today. I thought Brighton were better in midfield than us. And yeah, there was no tempo, no patterns to play. And another stat that come up that Brighton's shot conversion this season, they're 15th in the division, and the shot accuracy is the worst in the league. And that's probably changed a little bit today, but it's a good thing that we didn't play a good side today, otherwise we would have lost. It's as simple as that. So Brighton, yeah, they had much better things in the first half. They deservedly took the lead just before half time. Neil Moyes scored. He was man of the match, given by Gary Neville. And it was a deserved goal. There was no pressure on Solly March, who was out wide. Played in Dan Burn, his cross come in, and Rice intercepted, but Ogbonna got in the way. And then Moyes was a good sweeping finish past Fabianski, so it was the least they deserved. And the game probably should have been over, and it was a good thing that it was only 1-0 at the half-time break. So, David Moyes made 2 subs, bringing on Yarmolenko and Lanzini, Bowman and Noble going off. Mark Noble, obviously he's been a brilliant player for us. Great servant to the club, but you got to say from the start, I don't think he can't cut it anymore. It's such a shame, especially in that right. Even Neville said it on commentary. He's wasted there, and I totally agree. We've got other players who can easily play off the front. Ben Rama's done it recently. Lanzini, and you're playing Noble, who hasn't got the legs to get around the pitch anymore. So not surprised he come off. But second half we were far better. And got the equaliser on the hour mark. Ben Johnson, his first goal for the club, a really, really well taken goal. I thought Johnson, he's a right footer. He's played left back before, but pretty sure it's his first time playing left wing back, and he had a really good game. I thought took his goal great as well. One of the subs, Yarmolenko, had the ball out wide on the right. Good crossing, and Thomas Souček, man, one Lanzini made it hard for Brighton's defence. That's a good thing about getting bodies in the box. Something will happen, and Lanzini ended up with the ball. He had it on the floor, and it was good layoff to Johnson. And but what a great finish it was. As a defender, you might sky it or try and hit it too hard if you're in that position. But you had 3 defenders on the line pretty much. Had the goalkeeper as well, and to sort of place it right in that top corner, that was a really brilliant finish. And I thought we deserved it. I thought we were far better in that opening period. But Brighton, fair play to them. They kept going and got their second goal 10 minutes later. Lewis Dunk from a corner. It was checked for VAR, and another day probably would have been overruled. But it was a similar one, last season, earlier this year when Brighton scored in this fixture, and Glenn Murray this time. West Ham is his favourite team. West Ham similarly contentious, and I think the one today was as well. But I don't think it helped that Souček headed it against Dunk. It failed to clear it properly, and the same with their first goal. We failed to clear it properly, and they punished us. So good finish by Dunk actually as well. But fair play to lads. They kept going. And we got our second equaliser about 9 minutes from time. Thomas Souček with an absolute bullet header. He didn't have his best game today, nor did Declan Rice. I thought Basuma was excellent in Brighton's midfield. I think he had the better things against them too. Really good header from Cresswell corner. I don't think Dunk gets enough on his attempted clearance with his head, but Souček was there in the right place. And he gets another vital goal for us. So I think overall, you got to take the point from being behind twice. But I mean that first half, as I say, you can't throw first 45 minutes like that in the Premier League, particularly this season where we see some random results. So that first 45 is not good enough, and we got to start playing better in first halves. Palace weren't good enough. Chelsea as well. So we've got to be better from the start, and I just hope that we get more attacking players in the starting lineup for the next few games, because you can't expect to have that lineup and that formation, expect to win games no matter who it's against in this Premier League. So you would take the point from being behind, but we should be wiping the floor with teams like Brighton if we were going to progress and end up in the top half this season. So we'll see how it goes. So, thanks everyone for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe if you're new. Take care. We'll see you next one. Bye for now.